Through a major award from the National Science Foundation and with support from Hunter's president, Jennifer Rabb, the Gender Equity Project has become a national leader. Universities, professional groups, Congress look to us for research-based information about gender equity and for ideas about how to improve women's careers. Our innovative professorship program is an example. We supply our professors with seed money for research. We supply a sponsor, a senior distinguished scientist who gives detailed constructive feedback on everything the professor writes, who makes suggestions about what conferences to attend and where to submit papers and grant proposals, and who discusses the professor's progress with us once a semester. We also provide workshops that cover everything from grant writing to leading a balanced life. And finally, the Gender Equity Project team gives ongoing support and advice throughout the year.
The Gender Equity Project is really necessary here at Hunter. Without it, I think junior faculty like me and women would probably have a harder time in doing what they can do every day. The program links a lot of the faculty members together. But the most important part of it was my sponsor. My sponsor was Nancy Foner, but she's actually a distinguished professor here in the Department of Sociology. Nancy Foner has written now, I think she's published like 13 books. My sponsor, and because of the program, really helped me in producing a book.
I think that the program was of enormous help to Margaret Shin. This helping with her proposal, the helping with her book. I spent a lot of time on her manuscript. And gave a lot of detailed comments and criticism. She's gotten excellent reviews everywhere. She won a prize for the book, actually, and she's gotten tenure, so this has really launched her career.
Before I had her, I was kind of stuck. My book chapters and everything was just in a file, and I really didn't know what to do. And I think without the help of Nancy Foner, this would not have happened so quickly, so efficiently, and so nicely.
My research actually is to understand at a molecular level why sometimes the misbehavior of proteins will cause diseases. So once we understand why these mutations cause defects, we can design drugs and which will treat specific kind of diseases. The sponsorship program has been very, very helpful for my case. And they sponsored my research. I have the time, the focus to further develop our projects and to apply for the research grant from outside sources like NIH and NSF. And with this grant, and we can further develop our lab research, buying very expensive equipments. I also established a relationship with sponsors, that is established members in my related field. And the interactions with them are also very helpful for career development.
The GEP seems to fill a really important need. I think Yuja Shu has benefited from it immediately and probably will in the future. I read the critiques of the grant proposals that she submitted and that haven't been funded, and then we plan how to respond and do the rebuttals together.
I've done a lot of work with students, and obviously through the Gender Equity Program, because I was resuming my research and was able to devote much more time and energy to it and also get some support for it, that meant that I could take on students more fully, I could work more closely and give them bigger projects, and it meant I could take on more students.
Working with Pam Stone has greatly benefited me, especially in terms of getting into graduate school. In my program, everyone had years of research experience prior to entering the program. So if I hadn't had that same kind of research experience, I doubt I would have gotten into my program at the University of Pennsylvania, which is a top 10 program in my field. With Pam, I did 2 major projects. One looked at pay differentials by race and gender and how they could be remedied by 2 different policies. And one looked at women leaving the workforce to become mothers and the depiction of these women in the media versus the reality. Pam helped me to expand my research skills, and she wrote me letters of recommendation for graduate school. She helped me edit my statement of purpose for graduate school, and she wrote me a letter of recommendation for the National Science Foundation Fellowship, which I eventually received.
So the sponsorship program has really benefited me with keeping up my research. It's provided me with opportunities to really focus on my research. And also it's given me a sense of community within Hunter, which is very important emotionally for me. And also it's provided context within the program with people in chemistry and other departments, in particular chemistry, because that's also very important for my research.
Professor Mitra's research is in something called density functional theory, which is sort of a revolutionary way of doing quantum mechanics. It's really important for theory to be able to make predictions that can then be verified experimentally, particularly in biology and for biomedical engineering can be incredibly useful. And then for me, of course, I've benefited very much indirectly just through my research with her and through all the opportunities I've gotten by working with her. And so now I'm in my final semester. I'm going to be going to graduate school at a chemical physics program at Harvard University. And so by working with Professor Mitra, I really gained the background that I needed to get into that program.
We know our program works. Our faculty receive prestigious fellowships and grants. They involve very large numbers of students in their research. They publish in leading journals. Having figured out how to do it, we can be a national model. No other university has a program like ours.
The procedures at NYU that we use have only yielded moderate success in terms of the number of assistant professors who qualify for tenure. It's always a delicate and difficult decision in any department, but I think that having the early intervention would have helped several younger people already that I know.
The whole notion of having a senior faculty person who, because in part they're being paid, feel an obligation to really devote a lot of time to helping and mentoring a junior faculty is really useful for the junior faculty. It's good for Hunter, it's good for any institution to have faculty who have strong bonds with each other and who they develop an allegiance to the place. They feel Hunter is their place.
The professorship program is particularly important for Hunter and CUNY. Our students are often the first person in their family to attend college, as I was. We want them to go on to get first-rate jobs and to go to first-rate professional and graduate programs. To do that, they need hands-on research experience. By improving our faculty's research capabilities, we increase our students' opportunities and we strengthen Hunter College.